Yes, this is a song about my eldest daughter, and she would not be a bit happy, I don't think, about me singing it in public, but at the same time, it's a song I wrote about her, and hope you like it. Now, I've added a bit of silence to this in that I wasn't very comfortable with my guitar playing, and so I'm playing the chord and not anything else, if you understand that. No. So it'll be just sort of like 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay. And starting is always a bit difficult, isn't it? Those first couple of notes. 13 and a half and in a barroom tonight. No use denying, you know it ain't right. Are you my sweet child with long flowing hair? Or that cool stranger I saw go in there? There's a lifetime ahead for all the mistakes. Give it a while, whatever it takes. 'Cause 13's too young to be free to lie, to do something wrong and ask yourself why. We thought it was movies you went to each night, but no, it's a bar, and that just ain't right. Your friends, Jody and Claire, were there. I guess you staying home just didn't seem fair. There's a lifetime ahead for all the mistakes. Give it a while, whatever it takes. 'Cause 13's too young to be free to lie, to do something wrong and ask yourself why. My trust in you won't go away. I want you to have your freedom someday. You might think you're ready to fly. How can it be right when you have to lie? 'Cause there's a lifetime ahead for all the mistakes. Give it a while, whatever it takes. 'Cause 13's too young to be free to lie, to do something wrong and ask yourself why. Thank you. She's now 40 with 3 children. Oh, two children.
Oh, I've got 3 children too, so yeah.
Well, actually, she's only 2. Sorry, I forgot about that. I have 3.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, what I want to do about that is to pull out all the wonderfully good things about it and say quite a lot about that. I think I've made some notes. Effectively, I've only made notes about the good things because there were so many of them, and they got more and more frequent as the song went on. I mean, the progression of engagement through the song was fantastic. It's wonderful, and I just love the sort of the boppy culminatory aspect of the last refrain. Yeah, it sort of seemed to change its meter. I'm not sure if it did, but it was great. And I thought, oh dear, there's not going to be a 4th verse, and there wasn't, because that was your final utterance was the way in which you did that last refrain. I love the way that the first phrase is reasonably short, but the second and third phrases are very short indeed. And you played right into the subject of this evening by having fantastic sort of little lightning flash silences between the second and third phrases, and after the third phrase, the 2 phrases that were very short. and that had us on the edges of our seats. We didn't quite know what was going to come, and that was immensely positive. There was also a lovely stylistic device which highlights the word lifetime, because you put in a gap between there's a and lifetime that you probably never have thought of doing if you were speaking. But when you stop before an object word, it means that the ears of the listeners come out on stalks and they hear even more profoundly and even more intensely the word when it comes. There's a lifetime. Wow, that's much more impressive. You sound silly when I speak it, but when you're singing it, especially on a rising sixth, that's wonderful. And I just love the way that the whole thing got more and more flowing as it went. I am absolutely not saying that the less than flowing and stop-start aspect of verse 1 was in any way a weakness. It wasn't. You were making sure that, I won't say it was school teacherly because it wasn't, but nonetheless, you were making sure that we were listening and you were keeping us on our toes to listen to everything that you were doing. After that, you felt more and more comfortable with how we were receiving it, and so it became more and more flowing. The text was clear from the start. There's only one or two phrases where I wasn't quite sure what perhaps the last word was, and they were both near the beginning. I see what you mean about not wanting your daughter necessarily to know about you're singing this song to us. Well, I don't think we'll have any means of recourse to your daughter, so that you don't worry about that. I thought that was great.
My husband did say, "Are you singing about yourself, Janet?" I said, "Well, no, I was 14.
Well, sometimes when people do sing things like this, they are actually echoing their own past. I won't make any suggestions about you, but sometimes that does tend to influence sometimes people's ability to sing about their children, when in fact really there's a bit of a feedback on their own experience. But you needn't respond to that. Nonetheless, it's worth making as a general point. Does anybody want to make any comments about that further?
I think Robin will maybe open up to that at the end, but probably now if we move on. I think
we have taken almost exactly 10 minutes on that performance and commentary.
Thank you very, very much.
Well, thank you. No, it's great. Lovely.
I appreciate them. Thank you.